Well, I needed to make this video about my boots. Sometimes I'm on some of the forums, Tree Guys, Firefighters Forum, Wildland Firefighters group, and people are always asking questions about boots, like new firefighters, new tree workers are always asking, like, what's the best kind of boots? And for me, I like the Scarpa SL M3. That's what it was originally called. Now it's called the SL Active. Scarpa SL Active. Focusing on there. And these go for about $300, but they're well worth it. I find them on sale. I found them on sale for as little as $199. And okay, here you go. 10 years of use doing tree work. These ones are about to retire. They got Vibram soles. They got a really good rand on them. They're one-piece leather construction. The boot right here, one piece of leather all the way around. They're stitched in the back to secure it. The bottoms are one-piece leather, and the tongue is part of the one piece of leather, so the tongue isn't separate. And that's the way you make real serious mountaineering boots. You know, the less seams you have, the less places you have for the boot to fall apart. So that's one piece of leather coming up on the tongue. And the Scarpa SL M3 had leather on the inside of the tongue, and leather inside here too. This one's starting to wear out. 10 years of use doing tree work. The rand started coming apart after 5 years of use. It started slowly delaminating. I still use these. I use these for when I'm doing a job where there's going to be a lot of mud and muck and gunk, and they're just going to get thrashed. And but yeah, and these Vibram soles, these boots, I even can wear spikes with them, even though they're not, you know, whites or Wescos, Highliners, but they're so comfortable. I'll wear them with my spikes sometimes. And the SL Active, they changed it. They don't call it the SL M3 anymore. It's still one-piece leather construction, and the tongue is still one-piece leather up to about here. The old one, the one-piece leather came up to about here, and then they have a seam with a thinner, softer leather. Here the Scarpa SL Active is, I think this is real leather on the upper part right here, but it's still basically a one-piece construction all the way around. Vibram soles. These are about 4 years of use. I got them really thrashed on a job. I went with Pacific Crest Trail crew that was clearing. We cleared like 138 trees on 45 miles, all using hand tools and hand saws. The two-man hand saws. We were just cutting trees that fell across the trail. And scraping rocks, kicking rocks, kind of scuffed it up. The rands are different on the SL Active. You can see the rand comes up a little bit higher. And this one, from kicking a rock or something sharp, started to come off a little bit. But this was about 4 years of use. And here's some brand new ones. So you can see what they look like when they're brand new. And I got these on sale, and I bought them ahead of time. I'm not going to wait. I got them. These is like, to me, these are like gold. I mean, these are like, I need good boots for. Here's the thing, man. When you're doing this kind of work, you don't want to mess around. And you know what? People see these boots on my feet when I wear them. Where'd you get those? Those things look really good, man. Where'd you get those? I keep telling them, Scarpa. Look it up, Scarpa SL. One thing about the Scarpa SL Active is they don't have leather lining all the way down inside like this one. The tongue, the old Scarpa SL M3 had leather going all the way down, all the way into the toe. This switches to a breathable mesh material. They're really cush, real comfortable. And I'll just say one thing too, extra. These are not Gore-Tex. I do not want Gore-Tex in my boots. Why do you need Gore-Tex in your boots? I was sitting around at Yosemite, around the rescue campfire where all the guys were hanging around that work on the search and rescue. We were talking about boots, and they were talking about how the whole Gore-Tex thing is bogus. Like when you look up for boots online, or you know, go to one of the big sellers, you know who they are, online, or you go to their stores, everything says GTX. That means it's got Gore-Tex. Why do you need Gore-Tex in your boots? Are you walking knee deep in water all day long? If you're walking, you know, ankle deep in water all day long, you might want to get like some neoprene boots or something like that. I mean, I've walked in snow in these. My foot did not get wet. I've worked in rain in these. My feet did not get wet. Now, yeah, if you live in some place, you know, where it's raining 5 inches a day, like in the Northwest, like up in Seattle area or the Olympic Peninsula, where everything is soggy and wet all day long, then yeah, get your Gore-Tex boots. I'm working in Northern California. We have normal rain. If it's coming down like 5 inches solid of rain and everything, you know, the mud is coming up over your ankles, I'll usually make that a short day. So yeah. And in the summer when you're hiking, Gore-Tex just makes your feet more clammy. So why do you want Gore-Tex? You don't need it. It's a selling point. They put GTX on it. People are like, oh, this is a GTX boot. I got to get it. And they envision in their head themselves walking up a river ankle deep or deeper for miles, 40 miles. I'm going to walk up a river. And it's like, I cross rivers. I go across logs when I backpack. And I've stepped in water in these. I was on a trip with the PCT trail clearing guys, and they were like, oh yeah, Gore-Tex, you got to have it. And I'm like, no, you don't. I crossed a bunch of rivers. We went 45 miles. My feet did not get one bit wet, and I've crossed up to here. I mean, unless you're like soaking in them like for hours, yeah, you need Gore-Tex. You do not need Gore-Tex. Anyways, there's my rant on Gore-Tex. It's such BS. And here's why I'm making that rant, because you can't find boots without Gore-Tex. They stick it in 99% of the backpacking boots because everybody in the backpacking industry are a bunch of idiots nowadays. And the consumers are total idiots. I hate to say it, but it's true. And so they think, we gotta put GTX on everything, because of all these clueless people that are like, I'm gonna be Mr. Backpacker this weekend. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna get a GTX boot. It's like, why? I mean, if you really want water that bad, take a scuba diving class and go soak yourself in water all day long. But no, I mean, it's hard to find. These are the only guys. La Sportiva makes a boot that's like this. It's really nice. I actually have a pair. I'm not showing them to you right now, but they have Gore-Tex in them. So I'm going to use that when I move to where it's wet and soggy all the time, or I'm working in the snow in the winter. And I actually bought them in Washington at Mountain Gear in Spokane, and the guy in the store told me that the linemen that work in the snow all winter wear them. They have a slightly higher ankle, about an inch or a half an inch higher, and they have Gore-Tex, and they're all leather one piece like these, but it's treated with some kind of waterproof material. And they got Vibram Soles, and they're super comfortable. But you don't really need Gore-Tex unless you're in water all day long. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the Scarpa SL. These things are nice, and they're not hard to break in. So I've looked on comments where people comment about how they whine about how hard they are to break in. It's like, there's way worse. Yeah, they do take a while to break in. They're heavy duty boots. They're not super light, but you can wear spikes in a tree with these, man. I got the kind of spikes with a platform. I set up the metal platform. These are perfect in them. Perfect. Anyways, that's that.